So lately I've been on a quest to watch as many movies as I can. I am trying to get up to the level to watch one movie a day. I've been failing miserably, like absolutely terrible at doing that. But one movie that I ended up watching not too long ago was Akira. I know, for those of you guys that know me, some of you guys obviously don't know me, but a lot of you guys don't know me, but Akira's been on my list for such a very long time, and I understand how much of a legendary film it is, but I guess I didn't grasp just how legendary it was. So I saw Akira, and the thing was, I loved the movie. I absolutely loved the movie. One of the things that I loved the most about it was the fact that it took its time with the story. The thing about Akira that I didn't... So, Jurassic World puts it the best way. I'm going to have people that are just looking at me like, what? But okay, so Jurassic World, I remember watching Jurassic World. There's this one scene where they mention that because kids have already seen all of these different stuff, dinosaurs don't amaze them anymore. And obviously they were making a jab at movies. They were talking about us as modern moviegoers, you know, not being dazzled by, you know, older things anymore. And, you know, when I was watching Akira, I loved it. But the thing about it was that I realized I had watched Akira before. In Inception, Tron, Kanye West. Like, I've seen Akira before. So the thing, what Blade Runner, which I just literally made a video about, which was absolutely crazy. Like, I enjoyed the movie. And, you know, the only thing I could really do watching the movie, I usually feel bad, like when I'm watching something and it's like I could never really fully feel its cultural significance. One thing that I feel like is dope about Akira is that I feel like the more you watch it, it's the more you can enjoy it. It's kind of like how I feel about Inception. Every time I watch Inception, there's like another layer to peel back. It's almost like the film grows as you do. And I think Akira is honestly on the same exact level. Kind of like how the same way the movie started is the same way that the movie ended. And then just everything in between, it almost implies that something similar can happen again. I don't know, like it was just really dope to watch. And one of my friends, he actually was telling me, like, this is actually one of his favorite movies. He's been trying to get me to watch Akira for the longest time, but I wasn't hearing it. Just because of the fact I don't know why it takes me so long to get to movies. Like, I watch a bunch of movies, but then there's a bunch of movies that I don't know how that makes any sense. But there's just a bunch of stuff that I just haven't gotten to. And he was basically telling me about how Akira was so powerful, I guess, so impactful, just because of it was one of the first times, and I don't want to butcher this. I don't know. This is what he was telling me. But basically Akira was so dope just because of the fact that, first of all, they drew everything in 24 frames per second instead of, what was it, like 8 frames per second or something like that. They actually went and did the film format of 24 frames per second. I remember a long time ago, which is funny, I was watching, I think it was from Nerd Writer, and he was talking about why Akira was so significant because of its lighting, and how, I'll just link to the video down below, but I never, ever, I don't even know where I'm going with this. While I was watching Akira, two directors that came to mind was Jordan Peele and Christopher Nolan. Only reason why is because I remember maybe about 3-4 years ago, I remember hearing that Warner Brothers was in talks to have Christopher Nolan direct Akira. When I was watching it, I was able to see it. And the reason why I was able to see it is because of what the story was kind of talking about. Another thing, the reason why I was able to envision Christopher Nolan directing this is because that final climactic scene with Tetsuo and Kaneda, when they were fighting, I don't know, like that imagery looked like, first of all, it looked like Man of Steel. That's one. So yeah, that was some Zack Snyder stuff. I was able to see some of that influence, but those buildings falling kind of reminded me of the last level of The Dream, where Ariadne, you know, kind of jumped and all that stuff. So yeah, that kind of reminded me of Nolan, on top of the fact that the story was almost like a loop. Another director, the reason why I thought of him, Jordan Peele, was because of that one scene where Tetsuo was in the hospital / bedroom / whatever it was, and you know, he was like hallucinating. I got Get Out vibes. Like, honestly, like I got real vibes from the movie Get Out. The thing about Akira, I honestly feel like it's best that I love live action movies and stuff like that, but I think that it is best that Akira stays anime unless you could really do it right. I think that, yeah, this movie would have to be done really right, and I don't know, I would feel really uncomfortable. I'm saying this now, but it would be really uncomfortable to see a live action Akira. It would be really dope to see when it comes down to the visuals and all of that, but I don't know, bro. Like, just not every medium was meant to like transfer onto something else. You know what I mean? Like, just because something was a book doesn't mean it needs to be a movie. Just because it was an anime doesn't mean it needs to be live action. Like, that's just the way that I see it. But I don't know. I really love the film. I could see why it was so revolutionary. I don't know. It's like like you look at it, it's the Godfather. You know what I mean? Like it's the how do I say? It's the origin. I don't know. Like I don't know how else to put it. I really would like to know how you guys felt about the film. Honestly, only reason why I'm doing these, it's not really like a review. I just honestly really want to document the movies that I've watched, and in all honesty, that's all this is. I just want to have a dialogue, and maybe you guys can put me on to some new movies and stuff. Like, if you like what you saw, go ahead, click that like button, subscribe. I've got more movies that I'll be talking about, so feel free, join me in the comment section below, put me on to some new movies, your favorite animes, your favorite sci-fis, and all that stuff. I also saw Ghost in the Shell, so I might do something on that. I haven't seen, no, I'm talking about the original one. I'm not talking about the Scarlett Johansson one. I still have not seen that one. That one I have not seen just because I wanted to see the original. So I kind of, yeah, it was kind of like the whole mindset that I had about Blade Runner and stuff like that. I loved Ghost in the Shell, but maybe that's another episode. Honestly, I should just make that something else. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I am honored that you guys stayed throughout the entire video. Again, if you like what you saw, click the like button, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. I post stuff there, you know, my work and stuff like that. You can get to know me a little better. I get to know you a little better, and, you know, comment down below and we all become friends, internet friends. No knife party, and yeah, see ya. Thanks for watching. Peace.